Dude, bringing back the mohawk. Good for you.
Oh, y'all got jokes, huh?
It's time to stop, okay? No more.
Say what you want, man. Dudes are still gonna see that movie.
I know, but yeah, God, this is from watching this trailer, and yes, we're talking about the new TMNT 2 trailer. After seeing this, guys, we can agree on this right now. We have to agree on this right now. This ain't for us.
Of course it's not for us. The first movie wasn't for us.
This
Did not see the first movie.
yeah. Well,
There's a good reason for that.
well,
It was a good reason for a lot of people not to see the first movie.
no, but this
Michael Bay being 90% of it.
Yeah, well, but I'm talking about the main facts. Like, the main fact that this ain't for us is, like, this is not catering to original fans of the old school Turtles. Even the early 2000s Turtles.
I think it is.
No, it's not.
This is catering to the 2012 Teenage Ninja Turtles fans. The young kids that like the current box-shaped Turtles that look a little too cartoony and
They
playful.
got lazy with this
Yeah.
animation.
Yeah, they went a little lax for some of the stuff.
Like
but
the majority of the people that like go against this movie are mainly the people that grew up on the 80s cartoons, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cartoon that premiered in the 80s. Like, that's the thing that people go up on to when they see this movie and, like, all its glory. But for me, it's not really so much as, saying like, oh, I'm not gonna say I'm like a huge Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, but I care about the fact that, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles I grew up with, which was the 2003 one, it was more like geared towards my generation than it does to the people that grew up with the 80s cartoons. So
that Turtle brought back the dark side.
that Turtles brought the dark side from the comics, which is why a lot of people liked it. But
even some of the older fans like that. This is what the 80s should have done more of.
Like the 80s cartoon was played on more like, oh, it's it's wacky, it's fun, it's for the kids. And the new one brings that back, like the new cartoon that's premiered on Nickelodeon. It brings that back to some extent. It's the perfect balance between nutty and fun stuff for the kids, and it still balances it out with action. So a lot of people can say like, hey, it brung it back. It brung that whole feeling back that was in the 80s cartoons, because a lot of guys who grew up with that cartoon, they think that way. And so I think like with this new movie, we gotta remember, it's still a kids movie. Like, you have to be able to look past that whole concept. Like, even if the whole the casting choices, like the whole effects, the whole visual outlook about it, you gotta remember, it's a kids movie. It's not necessarily intended for the previous generation that know the original, quote unquote, original version of it. It's intended for a younger audience, intended for the ones that, oh, this is the type of stuff that is cool with the younger crowd nowadays. So that's how I feel. People should be able to like look at this video. They shouldn't be looking at it from I grew up with perspective. They shouldn't be looking at it like that.
It's always gonna conform to the zeitgeist of that time. It's not gonna, they're not gonna go all the way back to the 80s. You know what I'm tired of hearing?
What?
That those 80s movies were better than what the new TNT was.
Oh yeah.
Those 80s movies were fucking horrifying. They were bad. They were so bad.
I imagine Eli has some thoughts about that.
Back in the 80s, when they still used rubber suits,
They were so bad.
there was a time where even I said, I can see you under there. But I still liked it because it brought the characters I love to a realistic world. But now we have CG.
There was nothing realistic about those fucking suits.
I know, but when you're younger, you're like, it looks so real. But now, when you're
stupid ass little kid.
dude, would you question? when you were a kid, didn't you like certain shows that going back, like, how did I miss that? How did I like this? You have to. Yeah. So
it was a couple of those shows.
So you could say the same thing about
The
yourself.
whole thing about it, it was the imagination that counted. Like, you were supposed to like use your imagination to like, make it seem better for yourself.
That's why I'm looking. That's why you get paid millions.
Yeah, because it takes the imagination that you thought and basically like puts it on a screen for you. But back then, you had to like
there was limitations.
There was limitations, and you had to like think outside the box. You had to like think around other ways to bring it to a visual medium.
It shouldn't have came into fruition. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but dude, well, back in the day, you gotta figure out like that was basically like the highlight of visual, visual standards that they could go with, because we're talking about a movie that was like made back in the 90s. Like looking back now, it's very clear that movie did not age well. Like, it really did not age well.
Like a ton of stuff from the 80s, they just haven't aged well with the new level of animation and CG that's been pushed out for the last few years.
Yeah, but with the whole thing about the whole people saying like the 80s movies is better, I mean the 90s and movies is better, I wouldn't go that far, because the 90s movies, like I said, they were kids movies.
It's mainly that they're saying that it's better is because like now like you see so many explosions in the action movie and it's all so confusing. At least back in the 90s, like you can see where the action is and you can understand where it was going.
Yeah.
Unlike now, you get so much explosions and death-defying stunts in your face that you can hardly tell anything from.
There's so much fake depth in it. There's like, it can't just be turtles are going from point A to point B. There's a CIA espionage whole kind of aspect to it, and they have to implement a whole bunch of shit that minutia that they don't need to
I know, but. Like this rant originally started off, like this new generation, it's not catered for the old school fans. It's catered to rope in more people that watch the show to come in. And as you saw in the trailer, it looks fun. Like it has a song that makes it fun, and you have elements from the old cartoons coming back to be introduced to newer kids, and before long they're gonna ask, hey, why aren't these characters in the current show? And then they're gonna bring them in. But there are some points like right now, we're old veterans. We know this type of shtick from trailers by now. They rope you in with a fun, campy trailer, and then when you see the movie, it's a flip of the coin. It could be crap for one half, and it could be decently fun for the next half. Like most people said, from last year's movie was.
I know a lot of people fell for that when Avatar came out. The Last Airbender.
I didn't fall for that trap. That was a trap.
No, I mean, like, think about it. Like, remember when the teaser trailer dropped? The whole footage of him in the hood and just like doing his thing and meditating in the temple. Like, you gotta admit, like,
my aunt.
You was a little bit hyped. You were a little bit hyped for that.
My aunt was excited for it because she watched Avatar, and she knew like my little cousins loved the hell out of Avatar, and she was hyped. I was like, this could be pretty good. Then that second trailer came out.
Yeah.
And I know my aunt was devastated. M. Night Shyamalan. How's that box office return? How's your daughter liking you, by the way? I'm sure she's pissed at you because she admittedly loved Avatar on Twitter.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we got your.
Words of Angry Joe. You fucked it up.
Of course. You fucked up.
Dumb fucked up.
So like you pretty much got all your your problems with the film. Like, do you have like any expectations of it whatsoever?
I feel like it'll be alright.
It'll be okay, right?
My expectation is like, if
your expectations aren't too high.
No, they're not too high. But I want them to at least do Bebop and Rocksteady. I want them to at least be like they were in a darker sense from the original show. Because if you go back and look at the show, they're campy and they're like the annoying sidekicks of Shredder. But from what they showed so far in the movie, they could be a good power duo against the Turtles and even more apparently Casey Jones. And honestly,
I mean, from like how
No, but
Casey
hold
Jones.
on. Casey Jones is supposed to be that ghetto. hood
Yeah, he's
person.
supposed to be that ghetto hood from
Why
Brooklyn.
does the dude that from Arrow look too clean shaven to be a hood rat? Oh my god.
Like, this is a masked vigilante that beats people up with a hockey
and
stick.
admittedly, in every time he shows up, he does not take a shower for a week.
Yeah.
And he needs that iconic New York accent.
Yeah.
And he has that iconic Brooklyn accent.
Like a young Christopher Walken would be fucking perfect for him.
But they just casted the dude from Arrow, and I'm having mixed feelings about this because if he doesn't have the accent right when he starts talking fully, I'm not gonna be sure how I feel about this.
Well, you can mail it to his mailbox saying like, yeah, I'm not happy, man, and
Stick
I
to
want
the
my
Arrows,
money back.
motherfucker.
It's like, stick to Arrow, bitch. CW11, that's your home. Don't fuck with
Not
Nickelodeon.
knocking on
Stay
the show.
there.
Arrow is amazing.
But
But other than that, like, presentation wise,
it was fun.
it was fun looking.
There was a few hiccups here and there because of the CG textures not fully looking right.
Yeah, I think they're gonna like render that out later.
Nothing like PS1 FMV though.
Oh god, man, yo, that shit was
shit was
scary back in the day. Ever seen like Galarian's FMV, fucking Parasite Eve? Oh my god, Tekken's FMV scared the shit out of me. Oh god, no. But yeah, it's not on that level as bad, but you know, there are some levels of the texture that could, you know, be ironed out a bit. So hopefully they'll work on that by the time the movie drops.
Yeah, well, that's it for this rant, guys.
That's it?
Yeah,
I
this
figured,
Sweet and to the point.
yeah.
I figured you'd have more to say about it.
No, because like I said, this
So
was,
you weren't like upset, you know, how you are usually.
No. I'm just wanting to get this off my chest. Like this ain't catered for us.
No?
This ain't catered for the
I can
old
respect who it's catered to, and I can respect
This
what they're going for.
But yeah, this is catered. This ain't catered for the OGs like the prequels weren't catered for the old original Star Wars fans. This was catered to bring in the new blood. And yeah, after all the toys that Star Wars put out, the prequels were catered the same way to the new blood, and this is the same way the new TMNT is catered.
Okay.
Do I agree with it? On some levels, no. On some levels, yes, because it's for the new blood, not me. But
Okay.
if you try to rope me in with some stupidness that's catering back to me, I'll probably give it a look. But if you fuck it up, I'll call you on it.
No, you heard it from here. You heard it from Eli, folks. Like, he just got straight to the point. You know, he didn't threaten to kill anybody this time.
That's
yet. That's good. So,
You're still on my shit list, Michael Bay. Don't forget that.
as we already established many times. So, yeah.
It's so ironic if someone sends a bomb to his house.
Wasn't me.
It's gonna have to be Donald Trump's house first.
You see, Donald hasn't fucked anything up yet.
Yes.
Yes, is the main word.
Yes.
Michael Bay died in an explosion. That's ironic.
It's like, and in other news, shit, I don't know what thing might put a news. I don't watch the news anymore.
In this next segment, we'll figure out Hairspray. Donald Trump dies from it. Stay tuned.
I'm pretty sure he's contributing like 50% of the CFC.
More details at 11.